we've thought about it. Jahmyr Gibbs is a offensive weapon that you and I think is going to have another breakout year. You started to see what he was able to do when David Montgomery went out. He looked like a number one running back. This is a guy that can run through the tackles. He can burst. He's got great explosive speed. And now he's adding and working in the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. And now with John Morton, I would think that it would behoove him to understand the clear strengths that Jahmyr Gibbs brings to the table, because I think that the ranking that was done by NFL scouts and coaches and those looking at Jahmyr Gibbs now, I do think that his third year is going to be a big one. I do think that he is the third best running back in the National Football League. What'd you make of the rankings? What'd you make of the two above them? And, you know, you look at it, and I think you and I are both in the same boat. Jahmyr Gibbs poised to put up some gaudy statistical numbers. I even think 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving, clearly on the table for Jahmyr Gibbs.
100%. And I think that a big reason for why he could cross that 2,000 all-purpose yards plateau is because of the way the Lions use him. And yes, he's a guy who has proven he can go 20, 25 carries and get better as the game goes on, which I think is a trait that all of the best running backs have, right? When you talk about some of the greats to play this game, a common thread between all of them is, man, you get into that third, fourth quarter, these guys keep getting better. And I think Jahmyr Gibbs has a lot of that he can do. Obviously, Saquon Barkley, number one right now. Coming off of that season, like, how could you not put Saquon Barkley at the top of the NFL's running backs leaderboard? I do also think that Derrick Henry at 2 is fair. Obviously, he doesn't have the benefit of the youth that Jahmyr Gibbs has going into just his third season. Derrick Henry, 31 years old, maybe past his proverbial prime, but at the same time had a huge impact in Baltimore. I think it was a resurgence for him, going to a contender and really getting a chance to shine and compete for a Super Bowl like he did last year. But for Gibbs, a couple of big things for him that I think the Lions can do to maximize his longevity. Number one, do not go away from that balance that they had with him and David Montgomery. David Montgomery may not have the explosive potential that Jahmyr Gibbs has, but David Montgomery is an excellent complement moving forward. Is he the running back one? I don't think so. But he can be a guy that can take 12 to 15 carries off of Gibbs every single game when both of those guys are healthy. And I think that only maximizes Jahmyr Gibbs' long-term potential. Obviously, the running back position making a little bit of a comeback right now. So, 2 years down the line, is Gibbs going to make top dollar money? Right now, it looks like it, right? So I do think that there is a lot to like about Jahmyr Gibbs and what he offers for the Lions in 2025. One more note from that ranking from ESPN. One executive compared him to former Lions running back Reggie Bush. And I think that Gibbs, long-term, can be one of the franchise greats. Is he going to be Barry Sanders? Who knows? Probably not. Barry Sanders is an all-timer, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jahmyr Gibbs continues on this trajectory and stays aligned long-term. He's no doubt going to be one of the franchise's all-timers.